Our next scenario addresses a problem that is becoming all too common on the newer, more complex vehicles especially equipped with CAN bus systems. What do you do in a situation where you've done everything correctly with your scan tool? You've got everything hooked up, the car is running, it's got check engine light on, maybe it's got a brake light on, maybe it's got some lights flashing or some oddball stuff happening, but once you've hooked up everything correctly with the scan tool, you can't communicate with the vehicle. As a matter of fact, you can't communicate with any module on the vehicle. Now, in a scenario like that with most scan tools, you are stuck. You don't have any way to proceed without cracking open a service manual or cracking open some additional information. The Pegisys allows you, with our information access directly at the vehicle, to go in and start diagnosing that vehicle right at the car. That's absolutely critical. That's absolutely fabulous in terms of time saving. So let's take a look at a situation here. This is a 2000 Volkswagen Passat GLS with a 2.8 liter engine. The customer complaint in this case is exactly that. Check engine light is on, the brake light is on, and it's flashing, and also the ABS light is on. And we have tried to communicate with this vehicle, and there is absolutely no communication whatsoever via the scan tool. We know it's not a scan tool problem because the scan tool has been functioning absolutely flawlessly on other vehicles today. So now what we can do is we can go in and use the power of direct hit technician to actually diagnose this car even though we can't communicate with it. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to access my diagnostic information. This allows me to go directly to direct hit technician, and now I can enter a symptom in direct hit technician and search on that symptom to see if we've got any answers for this car. So let's do that. I'm going to enter no, scan, tool, communication. Once I've got it typed in, I just hit enter. Once again, we've now reached the database, and I can go ahead, select my search range. The system is now searching the database for any information on this no scan tool communication fault. And now what I can do is I can go in and start picking the information that I'm interested in. In this case, I want to look at Hotline Archives. So I'm going to select Hotline Archives, and it's going to pull up the information. Now, notice what we've got. We've got a list of archives that I can search through. As a matter of fact, I can scroll through this entire list, or I can use the speed scroll to get to wherever I want. Now, I want to look at this first Hotline Archive. Notice that we're talking about a non-communication issue caused by an improperly installed factory radio. I can select this archive, open it up, and once again, all the information that I need to diagnose this type of problem is right there at my fingertips. In addition, you'll notice that if I scroll down to my next entry, I have now a different problem. I have a situation where this vehicle has a problem with the ABS system, and now, once again, scrolling through this information, I have everything I need to diagnose and determine if the ABS system is causing my non-communication problem. Having a little problem seeing the small text? Well, if you're an old guy like me, having a zoom feature sure is a nice thing to do. Now, in looking at this information, you might have noticed that we're referring to wiring diagrams or wires and pins. Now, neat feature here once again that the Pegisys has is I can go back and I can actually pull up the appropriate wiring diagram for this system. And there's my ABS control diagram, and I can go ahead and manipulate this and go any place I want. And once again, I can zoom in or zoom out to make it easy to read. Everything you need to fix this car is right here at your fingertips at the car.